Warning, this video contains strong language, crude humor, and
Hey
mild
everyone,
nudity.
it's me,
Viewer discretion, it is advised.
Sleazy McNasty. And right now, I'm going to do a top 10, 11 animes that I like. Now, I wasn't really into anime at the beginning. Well, I mean, I was when I was a kid. I used to like Pokemon, but then my grandparents scared me and said it was like evil. And, like all the Pokemons were demons, Japanese demons. So I stopped watching it and replaced it with Digimon. But then it just got annoying. And I did used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but it took forever. Like, it was taking forever. Like, 5 minutes was about, like, 7 episodes. So I just stopped watching it. But then all of a sudden, I started liking anime. Not sure why, though. So let's get started on my top 10, 11 animes that I like. Starting with number 11. To Love Roux. Now this is an anime based on a high school kid named Ryo Yuki. And he's in a bit of a love triangle. He fell in love with her at first just because she didn't believe that he ruined the school's garden. But then an alien princess from Luke came into his life and he accidentally proposed to her by grabbing her boobies and accidentally said that he loves her, which he wasn't looking because he was doing that Japanese bow. And then there was a bunch of other girls that started to like him because he was nice. I wish I was what we like in real life. Blah, 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 blah. I wish that would actually happen in real life. Like if you're really nice, every girl finds you incredibly attractive. But it's not. It depends on if you have big muscles or you're fat or you're southern. Anyways, there's some silliness into this anime, like a bunch of hijinks, like all the adventures that Lala introduced. Like, it looks nice, but kind of backfires. Like, someone gets hurt, or Rio accidentally does something perverted, and all the other girls just like smacks him around. It's a great crack, and it's really good anime. Only problem is it's all in Japanese, and there's not a English dub version. Number 10, Heaven's Lost Property. Now this anime is about a kid named Tomoki who lives alone and lives next door with his good friend. What's her name? Sahara. And every time he does something perverted, she gives him like a karate chop like on the head. It's pretty funny, like how badly it'll hurt. Then he meets an Angie. What's it called? I haven't seen this in a long time. Angeloid, like angels, but like really strong. And her name is Icarus, and she lives with him. Basically, becomes his servant and helps him do all sorts of perverted shit. But then she starts to fall in love with him, and then more angeloids come in and like starts to fall in love with him as well. And I might be wrong, but I'm not sure. I think I'm related to one of the voice actresses, because her last name is the same as mine, and she's from the same city as I'm from. She might be related to me, maybe not. But this anime is quite funny, and it's really ridiculous on how perverted this kid is. Number 9, Rosario Vampire. Now this is a show about a boy that's going to a high school named Skune. Another show I haven't seen in ages. And he went to a high school that's mostly by monsters, by accident, because his father found a flyer on the road. And then he bumped into a really gorgeous vampire girl named Mocha. And they start to fall in love with each other. And she wears like a rosary, which is a silver cross, because it's hiding her true vampire form. And if he's able to take it off, and she turns into Urza Scarlet. Vampire Mocha. I'll tell you later on why I mixed that up. And every time he takes it off, she becomes very violent against other monsters that attacks him. Mostly by kicking. And then there's this like cartoony bat that tells you how long the fight took place. And there's other monsters, female monsters, that falls in love with him because he's nice. There's a succubus, a witch, well, 2 witches actually, an ice monster. I think that's it. And no reason that Mocha loves Skune is because he lets her suck him. I mean, suck his blood, of course. Not like, dirty thing. Number 8.
Cowboy Bebop.
Now this anime has Western and sci-fi mashed together. And you got Cowboy Bebop. Now it's about some bounty hunters named Jet Black, who used to be an officer, Faye Valentine, who's a Vietnamese chick with very big boobies from the 90s. A really strange girl named Edward, who is a hacker, and a dog named Ian. He's a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and of course their leader. Ah, shit, what's his name? It was just in my head just a while ago. What's his name? Oh, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is the leader of Cowboy Bebop. That's not really his name. It's just like if they made a live-action movie, he would play that character. His name is Spike. And what they do is they're basically bounty hunters. They go across the galaxy, capturing criminals of all sorts, just to gain some money. And it's really good. It's really full of great fights, action, and the theme song just makes you want to dance. Number 7.
Samurai Champloo.
Now, what if Quentin Tarantino made... Hold on, let me phrase that. What if Quentin Tarantino made an anime? Samurai Champloo would be it. It has both Japanese culture and hip-hop. And this anime tells you all about the Edo period, like what it's like to be a samurai. There are 3 characters. There's Mugen, who used to be a smuggler, has a very unique sword, and he has a medal on the bottom of his slippers. Then there's Jin, who's practiced the art of samurai, and there's the other chick. I forgot her name. Man, I think it starts with the M. And she hires them. Well, kind of like she asks them to help find a samurai that smells of sunflowers. And also you learn about stuff that happened in Edo period in Japan. Also, another intro that's really good. You just have to bob your head to this beat. Also, I think this anime inspired the guy who created Boondocks. Also, I can't believe I forgot about this. Great fighting. Very violent, but really good, great fighting. Like, it's crazy. Like, the fighting's crazy. Can't believe I forgot about that. Number 6.
Attack on Titan.
Now, if you're a huge fan of Game of Thrones, this anime is perfect for you. A lot of people die. There are creatures that come from nowhere, just break into a wall and killing everybody. And they're really hard to kill. Like, some of the regular titans, you just get killed. You have to kill them by cutting them on the back of the neck. But the colossus are hard to kill, like the White Walkers, or White Walkers. They have different names. So like the regular zombie White Walkers, and then there's the ones that they know what they're doing. They're like, they turn everyone into White Walkers. But anyways, quite similar. Like a lot really gory. The Titans look really creepy, and also it's like a lot of like Spider-Man zipping through all over the city, and it's very the intro, if you can hear, it's very catchy. Like it grabs your attention. Number 5,
Soul Eater.
Now this anime is really cool. The animation looks really different. It's really dark, and the intro, like all the others, is really catchy. Hold on. And it's about some weapon meisters and their weapons. They go out and fight like evil people and witches, and the weapons have to eat their souls. The only weapon that you actually see them devouring their souls is Soul Eater. That's his name. And they go to school like kind of like Harry Potter, but for like Grim Reapers, and it kind of reminds me of something Tim Burton made because it kind of has that style. I could maybe it's just me, but that's what it looks like. So sad thing is it's only like what, 4 seasons. Like they could have made more, but it's a really good anime. Really catchy, really dark, and really mind disturbing. To me, it is, but that's what I like. And also, catchy intro. Number 4,
High School DD.
Now this anime is about a high school kid named Issei, I believe that's his name, and he was killed by a fallen angel, and then he was resurrected, or he was brought back to life by a devil named Rias Grimoire. Rias. Her name is Rias. I forgot how to pronounce her last name. And she is the daughter of the Devil King of Hell. And he befriends a lot of other devils that's in her group, and he comes like a pawn. And also, the kind of this anime is good for you if you like devils, chess, and boobies. And then, like all harem animes, a lot of chicks falls in love with him, and they kind of like snuggle up to him, and just because he's a nice guy. And apparently he's quite powerful, even though he's considered as a pawn, because on his he has like a gauntlet that turns him into has the soul of a red Welsh dragon. And his power is like if he taps a girl, her clothes just disappears, and they get like really embarrassed and shy, and they cover up and they're defenseless. But he's like, yeah! And for some strange reason, Rias reminds me of an ex-girlfriend. I don't know why though.
Both have really nice boobies.
Number 3,
7 Deadly Sins.
Now this anime is about 7 people who are guilty of a crime that they did not commit, but they're what's the word called? They're framed for trying to overthrow the kingdom, but it's just an excuse to start a war. Well, anyways, there's this princess named Elizabeth. She's looking for them to help her dad, the king. And she started off by looking for the leader, Meliodas, who she didn't. God, I can't think of words. She was unexpected of what he was like. Like she thought he would be like big and scary, but actually he was about like this high and looks very friendly. And he's a bit of a pervert. Like he always looks up at her skirt, like shoves his face in her tits, and she's the only girl that doesn't like smack him around for being perverted. She's like, oh, okay. And you think, oh, he's such a pervert. But then you're like, oh, he's such a cutie. Okay, he can look up my skirt anytime. And it's a really good show if you're into fantasies and 7 Deadly Sins. And there's like a bunch of people, or there's like 7 people. Like Meliodas, he's Sin of Anger. There's Deanne Sloth. She's a giant, but still hot. There's Bond. He's immortal and he's greed. King, he's a king of the fairies, so he transforms like as a fat human or like kind of a childlike fairy. And his is his is sloth. Deanne's is envy. I think I said it. And then there's Merlin, who is a chick who is half dressed, who's basically half naked, and hers is gluttony. Don't know why. I forgot who's Lust. Like he's like kind of like the emotionless character. Always wears glasses. And we haven't found out who Pride is. Like it's on Netflix, and there's like 1.5 seasons in it. And I really hope they show more on Netflix because it's really good. And also I want to see who Pride is like because I don't read the mangas. I don't read all the mangas. But 7 Deadly Sins is a really good show. I suggest you watch it.
Number 2, we're getting close. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood.
This anime is about 2 brothers, Edward and Alphonse, and they were using alchemy to bring back their mom, but then they made a huge price. Alphonse, the younger brother, his entire body was disappeared, and Edward's leg was taken away. Then he has to use alchemy to bring back his brother's spirit back, and by infusing it with a suit of armor. And a lot of people in the show got mixed with the giant suit of armor as the Fullmetal Alchemist because he looks bigger, but it was Alphonse. Or not Alphonse, Edward, who is Fullmetal Alchemist, and they mistaken him as the younger brother because he's short, and that gets off his nerves, which is pretty funny. Anyways, all of the other alchemists had to use like a circle to do alchemy, except for Edward, who just had to smack his hands together, and then he could do any types of alchemy, like pulling a spear from the ground, or like having all the walls just like kind of like hitting people and all sorts of shit. And their mission is to find parts of their bodies, or his mission, Edward's mission, is to find Alphonse's body, and it's I heard it supposed to be taking place in Nazi Germany because the leader is called the Führer, and he's a bad guy. Spoilers. A lot of people in there have blonde hair and black hair, and they went to war with a religious group, nearly wiped them all out, and the Führer's cabinet were secretly trying to overthrow him because they don't like what he's doing. But this is a really good anime, has a catchy theme as usual, and has a lot of action in it. Number 1, Fairy Tail. Now this anime is really cool. It's really long. It's a shame that it stopped after Fairy Tail 0. They should keep on going and make more. But it's about wizards they're called wizards. And there's the main character is Natsu, Dragonio. He has a Dragon Slayer abilities, which is usually meant to slay dragons. But he doesn't kill dragons. He's abducted by one, and he loves them. And he's trying to find where his dragon and all the other dragons have been missing, because there's another dragon slayer named Wendy. She's a wind dragon slayer, and she also can heal. And then there's Gagio, he's a metal dragon slayer. And there's other types of dragon slayers out there that have missing dragons. There's also more wizards. There's Lucy Hafria, she's a celestial wizard. She takes keys out and summons spirits. And there's a Grey Fullbuster. He's like Natsu's frenemy because he has ice making abilities. Like he can have a gun that's made of ice that shoots ice. He has shoot ice types of weapons. Basically anything can turn into ice. Basically any kind of object, like something like this, and make it ice. And Urza Scarlet, she does Requip. Now remember when I told you how Vampire Mocha and Urza are the same? It's because it's the same voice actress, and she has the same type of tone. And they go on so many adventures, and it's also pretty funny. Mostly when they're complaining about something, they do that comedy cry, and also they when they're feeling very emotional, they actually do cry. And also the biggest, the strongest power is is friendship and how much you love your fellow wizards. Even Natsu, if someone messes with one of his own guildmates, gets really pissed off and just starts kicking ass. Even if some of his enemies are being mistreated by their comrades, he gets pissed at them and kicks their ass because that's not right. He has a really good heart and he's very friendly. He's also very friendly, but just don't piss him off. Especially Urza. Don't piss off Urza because she will tear you to shreds. But it's a really good anime. It's like taking Dragon Ball Z and Lord of the Rings, mash them together, and you got Fairy Tail. It's I can't stop watching Fairy Tail. I really wish they'd make more, and and if they do a live action film, I just hope they stick to the original story. It doesn't matter if they whitewash it, as long as they play the character right and they do the story right. I'm pretty sure it'll be good. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I'm still doing that Mad Libs. So if you want to be part of the funny Mad Libs thingy, I need to get 100 subscribers, and what I want you to do is comment below an adjective. Now be as funny as possible. Now, if you like this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode, because I am out of here. Come on.